Meet Child Show now, okay, and Yabound Chain, Ibedin Komo. We're looking at how to talk about mistakes in a relationship because we know say brooding or avoidance don't usually help. So how do we talk about mistakes in relationship? How do we talk about mistakes in our relationship? Join me and let's talk about this topic. If you're watching me now on Facebook, remember that you can equally watch me on YouTube by searching for the channel called Meet Child Show. And if you're watching me on YouTube and if you really want to watch me on Facebook, kindly search for a page known as Final Voice TV hyphen Meet Child Show. Final Voice TV hyphen Meet Child Show. You can get my videos. I mean, these pages and channels feature my videos. So, excuse me, anytime that you want to watch me, either on Facebook or on YouTube, you can see me. Search for Final Voice TV hyphen Meet Child Show on Facebook and you will see my page. You can also follow my profile on Facebook, Charles Upoku, and you will see my videos. You can also search for Final Voice TV on YouTube, just Final Voice TV on YouTube, and you will see some of my videos that relate to politics, that relate to social issues, environmental issues, racial and immigration issues, that relate to gender issues. That is Final Voice TV. But if you go to Meet Child Show, we talk about some of these things. We talk about relationship, we talk about spirituality, we talk about education or study opportunities abroad, and many things on Meet Child Show. Right now, we're about to hit on the topic, how to talk about mistakes in a relationship. How to talk about mistakes in a relationship. Because we know that avoidance and brooding don't usually help. So what is brooding? What is avoidance? We are about to talk on touch on these things. And if you're watching me now, please hit on the share button. Share these videos onto platforms. Kindly share this video onto other platforms that you join. Please, please, please share these videos onto other platforms that you join. Bra bofu ene bra befia o friend darlena onyeso bra fra adwuma ba wo so wa men adwene mpa wo yekra wo so woni one bra kasa first na mutum din komo be 10 minutes 20 minutes an hour and the bra amount even 2 minutes of his time. Sister so call why no sweetie pie, darling, my dear sweetheart, and still sisters or call. Madame so call. Dinner kofa by. There is a mistake. And how have you both talked about that mistake in your relationship? Now we party be pa, now we close buddy, close friend be. And our friend on peke. Wadanfu pa chocho mucho, wadanfu chocho mucho pa. And our friend on peke. There was a mistake between you and him. Some of you may mommy you know, some of you mommy you know. There was some kind of a mistake, or there were some mistakes. I ba mummy no montem. How have you resolved that thing? Have you talked about the mistakes and how do you approach talking about such mistakes as couples or as two best friends in life? And the home come and a pity. In Pempi, you know, na relationship and yesikan kwa. Yeah, in a relationship, and how long you can stay on the woman in bed. But there are petty things we will have to machine no follow. Now, mommy no money as two people or parties or couples in a relationships in a relationship. So see as I work me, I do bit my year over YouTube and say.
Dear viewer, kindly like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. Dear viewer, kindly like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos.
So you can subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Meet Charles Show, or search for Final Voice TV on YouTube. So YouTube will provide you with 2 channels that feature my videos, Final Voice TV or Meet Charles Show. On Facebook, it's Final Voice TV Meet Charles Show. So we always, I mean, nipa. So you always have some kind of not so bright or shining moment. As partners, you may have not so bright, not so shining moments. Because BBSC, there is a mistake somewhere. How do you approach the mistake? How do you work on it as 2 people? I mean, we all make mistakes. Let's accept. I mean, there are errors it may commit in our relationships, in our friendship, or whatever. We all commit some errors and mistakes. But how do couples repair, or I mean, how do you repair the hurt in an effective way? Some of your couple, how do you repair the hurt? I mean, who could not hurt you, and also a wife hurt you. How do you repair the hurt in an effective way? How do friends repair the interpersonal wounds? When I say relationship, and now yes, we're talking about romantic couples, but when say your friends, your nafofo, your woman, your form say yeja, and I your famo, and I am mamemo, your woman, your fight almost say yenuanom. How do you repair interpersonal wounds with that enipana? What fancy wadi nyinano? Wife no bo food bia bra and daddy bo food bia daddy say ontimi ngwaro biem, because there is something that you have not checked. Daddy is hurt. How do you repair that hurt as couples? Final Voice TV on YouTube, Meet Charles Show on YouTube, and Final Voice TV Meet Charles Show on Facebook.
Dear viewer, kindly like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. Before
I tell you how you can repair that hurt, before I can help you repair that interpersonal wounds, let me tell you that there was a research done. There was a strict research, a nice research done by a team, Tai et al. This year, 2023. And they mentioned something called co-rumination. Co-rumination. And that simply means a co-rumination is the extended and recurring discussion of issues in social relationships. I take it again. Co-rumination is the extended and recurring discussions of issues in social relationships. How an individual person thinks about difficult experience is linked with that person's feeling. Are we all accepting this? How a person thinks, how a person thinks about difficult experience, so your bar, so your bema. So any experience is linked with his or her feelings. And that is rumination, or co-rumination. And to nipano, the experience, and nipano experience na guide no. The person is thinking about his experience. The person is strictly thinking or doing something that relates to his or her experience. Enti na ama sa mistakes no ontimi njemu anas ontimi enhwenye de enka. So co-rumination is the extended and the recurring discussions of issues in social relationships. And I've told you, sir, when somebody or an individual thinks about difficult experience, the person tries to link that experience with his or her personal feelings. His or her personal feelings is attached to these experiences in life. But the reality of being how is it bringing it up? How you were brought up is not the same as how I was brought up. Nto body na mabonte na akofa no unim how she was brought up. Bra nam how was bra de oye guy, bra dressing pia na ode atofo mboko. Bra enim kasa, bra nim tema enti open asem no. You don't know how bra was brought up. You don't know how Mr. Opoku was brought up. And I don't know how you were brought up. You don't know how your husband, your fiancé, was brought up. And if such a person links difficult experience to his feelings in relationship, you know, say, be an uncle. An individual person thinks about difficult experience and links this experience with his or her personal feeling, whether he's feeling better or worse. The person weighs the two. The person ruminates or co-ruminates and links his personal or his difficult experience with his personal feeling to assess and say, am I feeling better or am I feeling worse? Into research, no. So if we are talking about co-rumination, then our three things to look at. In other words, our subset means that is reflection or co-reflection, brooding or co-brooding, and avoidance. Avoidance, brooding or co-brooding, reflection, a subset of rumination and also co-rumination. So let's take them one by one before we talk about how you can repair that hurt, how you can repair that interpersonal wounds. My discussion and shows are based on research. My culture said, "You pen and paper. You metna enka de yenim. Ya faatu you must say you bo nipa. Cause more na na won pochire mu. More na na ebre wasasi so. More na na esu. Oh, mufi. Go to various homes and you see men crying. Go to various homes and you see women crying. Ya faatu ya so it's our duty to help some of these people. Me say co-rumination. Oh, subset means something here quickly. Let's take reflection, and that's a co-reflection. And I read. Co-reflection involves thinking about the problem to try and work it out. Moye ni petu amote ho. Moye couples. Mistake biaba. So minute me dwene. If mumye no to me say no, there is a mistake. There is a problem. Let's think about it. And let's see how best we can try fix this or work things out. That is reflection or co-reflection. There has been some interpersonal wounds. Bako ako se bako adi anase bako ako pre ako bre bako kro. Enchama adamfo no eya agye ego na adamfo no muntamate. Can you reflect? Mummy, can you co-reflect? And think about the problem and try and work it out. That is reflection or co-reflection. This is a subset of co-rumination, the one I mentioned earlier. Both couples try to reach a shared understanding and address an issue. Moya warefo, mumie betumatenase. Na moya shared understanding in addressing a mistake or an issue. That is co-reflection or reflection. Another thing I also want to say, samutminya ya co-reflection na, and if mumie no mutmetenase reflect on your mistakes as two people, it means you are able to take responsibility. Ono yere to meet na say oh yeah, and I say fear say na me ha na watwe yesi say na me ha bosumu we yet happen we yentem ama yentem ya basa. But me babra, my dear, come, let's talk. Number to me, I reflected on the problem. If you're able to talk and work things out. Now, energy bamontema or do bamontem as couples. And answer even some of your friends in po. Number to me, work things out. Now, or do any energy bamontem beam as friends. And answer nipa two and more caught here. It shows that co-reflection, no, has also led to something called, say, you are able to take responsibility. There is goodwill. Because mummy no matter national trial affects no man. Mummy no matter no matter more working things out. So aside the say, it's showing that you are able to take responsibility, no. It also comes with goodwill. And one thing that you know is that it also brings about dedication to the relationship. But me reflect it. Ni petu to meet nase dwene say no, there is a mistake. Na watch mo yentem enye. Bosunu mo minu ntem ya assign. But yemfa odom mo dom ne yentenas ne yensiesie. Yenka yetam mum na se yentuma mum. You've taken responsibility to fix the problem. That is a goodwill and that shows dedication to the relationship. So that is co-reflection or reflection. That is what the study or the research explains or said. Another thing, which is also a subset of co-rumination, is brooding or co-brooding. Co-brooding simply means that you're repeating the same types of thoughts about what is wrong and how upset you feel, and magnifying the problem. Brooding involves repeating the same types of thoughts about what is wrong and how upset a person feels, and magnifying the problem. And to no be a father for an answer, you are in a relationship, more courty, and answer more worry. We are romantic couples. That's a bako a broodia. The brooding simply means to say the person is repeating the same types of thoughts about what is wrong and how upset she feels or he feels. And after repeating these thoughts, no, or showing how she feels or how he feels, no, the person doing that, no, is only magnifying the problem. Asamasi, any panel, any tema, asamasi, brass will need time for you. Asamasi, sister said that. Sister said that. On no brass or call. Your best friend is no more picking your calls. Your best friend doesn't want to see you again. The person is brooding. The person is brooding or avoiding you. But first, let's look at brooding. Brooding, like I said, is just a matter of repeating the same types of thoughts about what is wrong and how upset a person feels, and magnifying the problem. When you brood, you magnify the problem. When you brood, you become more upset. When you brood, you keep thinking about the same thoughts Always. So what happens when the person brood, or when you experience brooding as two people, as couples? What happens when only will be done for fun? If you both are brooding, or no tifie, also so will feel the kwame dia yeme pa, the akwasi dia yeme pa. Basa, the person is only focusing on his or her own views and feelings. So brudia, utifie dia adwoa dia yeme, dia ma adwoa dia yeme, dia mafia dia yeme, dia ama dia yeme. You are only focusing on your own views and feelings, and you cannot make headway on an issue. When you only focus on your thoughts and views in a relationship, when you only focus on your own feelings, how hurt you are, is what you focused on all the time, you cannot make headway on an issue. So ask yourself, is brooding the best for you as couples? Is brooding best for you as best friends? No. So brooding about, when the person is brooding, there's less goodwill compared to reflection or co-reflection, which has goodwill. When the person is brooding, there is some kind of more vindictiveness. When the person broods, the person becomes more vindictive. Less goodwill, more vindictiveness, less dedication in the relationship. Less dedication in the relationship. Ebasa, mum, you don't take responsibility. Ebasa, bra, ain't mean taking any responsibility. It shows to say you have not taken any responsibility. Ebasa, it shows a sister. Sister, makeups in you now. Ona de buy. Ebasa, it shows a sister and me and the I show responsibility. And that's what it means taking responsibility. Because the sister is brooding. Sister, I wanna imagine how you say yes or Bernie, but in your relationship you are brooding. There is less goodwill, less responsibility, or no responsibility. There is more vindictiveness when you brood in a relationship. There is less dedication. So we have mentioned co-reflection, we've mentioned brooding. And the last thing, or the third thing that I would like to mention, is avoidance or co-avoidance. Avoidance simply involves staying away from an issue altogether. Staying away from the issue altogether. So co-avoidance, co-brooding, co-reflection are a subset of co-rumination. As we're talking about how to talk about relations, mistakes in relationship, research has shown that we need to talk about these three things, which are subsets of co-rumination. The three things are co-reflection or reflection, brooding or co-brooding, avoidance. These three things and a deep relationship. These three things and as I know bit to why it happen many a times. And only a subset of rumination, and that's a co-rumination. I earlier defined co-rumination as the extended and the recurring discussion of issues in social relationship. How an individual person thinks about difficult experience is linked with how that person feels. He or she begins to ask herself or himself, so do I feel better or do I feel worse? That is rumination. Now, rumination, and that's a co-rumination, and I'm mentioning three things, reflection or co-reflection, brooding or co-brooding, avoidance. And I said avoidance involves staying away from the issue altogether. I told you that brooding involves repeating the same types of thoughts about what is wrong and how upset a person feels, and magnifying the problem Once you brood, you magnify the problem. And I mentioned to you, so reflection involves thinking about the problem and trying to work it out. I would like to settle on reflection. Avoidance, brooding, reflection. No, I personally, my own take, I would like to settle on reflection because at the goodwill that it shows that you can take responsibility to resolve your issues, your impasse in the relationship. And you are done in kabomu na eden eba. There is something like dedication. It shows that there is dedication to the relationship. Se bra to me friend a wife akono so. But what I say, bra to me friend a wife. Oh, patron komo ho. And you begin komo. I would like to talk to you for a minute. Can I have 2 minutes of your time? I would like to talk about some issues with you today. Are you free to talk to? Can I call you on the phone and talk to you about what is happening with you and I? Number to me resolve. Number you know it shows that there is goodwill. It shows that there is dedication to the relationship. It shows that so if there is something huge, the man can take responsibility. So because and I said at the body be bar, the woman can take responsibility. So me for once, I would like to settle on reflection. How good the couples can reflect and settle their differences and answer their problem or the issue. So Miss Charles would like to settle on reflection or co-reflection. So we have talked about this aspect of rumination and answer co-rumination. Now I'm about to tell you how you can talk about mistakes in a relationship. But before I do that, you know what to do. If you're watching me on YouTube,
dear viewer, kindly like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos. Dear viewer, kindly like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos.
So, yaka, how to talk about relationship. Mistakes in the relationship. Yachro, the reset be yachre. When it comes to relationship, so nipa 2 at home, and also be a nipa 3. Number your friends a crowd. There can be a mistake. Now, dear the confirm mistake neighbor. Now, say ba, dear number to my as couples. And nipa me no more courte. There can be a mistake. There can be a challenge. Say ba, how do you fix it? How do you work things out? I've mentioned this, and you can watch it over and know what I said. Now, let's talk about the real issue. How to talk about mistakes in the relationship. Because you have come to know from my explanation, so brooding and as avoidance do not usually help. And you would like to settle on reflection. You would like to talk about reflection. How do you reflect? How do you talk about mistakes in your relationship? Brass or co? One more, one year dinner. Brass our reno jao. Sisters or co. What can be a sister said that or co? I know that can be fixed. I know you can work things out. How do you work things out? Especially as we settle on reflection. So how do you talk about mistakes when you focus on reflection? Or if you are able to co-reflect as couples or as friends? 1, in trying to talk about mistakes in a relationship, try to really acknowledge, accept and support your partner's feelings. Try to acknowledge, accept and support how your partner feels. Yemupina ni munye. Oh, munya na sem. Obakwa onko. Ontena onyai. Media mabrel. Freme soko. Ema nyena. Mema nyena. A man na mema na sa, your marriage is collapsing. Oba is open. Bride is nka open pa. Open Mr. Opoku pa. Nti fremi so ko mema na my bro. Ade unko na oya bema. You seem too perfect. Mr. Perfect. Madam Perfect. No. In trying to talk about mistakes in a relationship, no. Try to really acknowledge, accept, and support your how your partner feels. How does your partner feels should be acknowledged, should be accepted and supported. If the person feels hurt, if the person feels hopeful, if the person feels scared, if the person is angry, if the person feels sad, if your partner feels confused, or if your friend feels confused or sad or angry, scared, hopeful, or hurt, try to acknowledge this hurt or hopefulness. Try to acknowledge how scared the person is. Try to acknowledge how angry the person is. How sad is my woman? How sad is my dear husband? How confused can she be? How confused can he be? Try to accept it. Try to support how your partner feels. In this way, you can make headway and make a good reflection in your relationship. You can make headway and talk about mistakes in your relationship. Second thing to do if you want to fix your relationship or talk about mistakes in your relationship, try to set aside your position for a moment. Try to set aside your position for a moment. Where Bema do? Where Bema do? Why you Bema will fear sa or banning in ye? Or banning to me, Cassa, or banner be timid, or banning your outspoken beam. But who she sister, and sister to me, Cassa Kama. Who she sister to me, no dim come sere, moko out, moko your games ye bibia. But almost you are becoming too man. I mean, the manliness, I mean, you becoming me a bema, I'm the male figure, I'm the masculine figure now. Hey, too much. Brah. Mr. Opoku, please try to set aside your position for a moment. Meanwhile, you are becoming man, woman. Bema neka 1, no waka 5. You are holding on to a position. I say, unkwana samato oh our room. You are holding on to a position. It's as if so unkwana or ba bema be a do a bro. Can you set aside your position for once? When you set aside your position, it gives you that platform. It creates that space for you to listen to your partner and see if you can understand where he or she is coming from. So what means setting aside your position as a man in a relationship? What means setting aside your position as a woman? Now ujai woman seminar. Ujai enchirahono. O your banner so ujai entertainhono. The arrogance and the pride, the ego in a relationship, you know. If you're able to set aside your ego, if you're able to set aside that pride, that arrogance, that position as a man or as a woman, it creates that thing, that platform, that position for you to be able to listen to your partner and see if you can understand where he or she is coming from. Try to set aside your position for a moment in a relationship. The third thing you can do when it comes to talking about mistakes in a relationship is try to be open and receptive to your partner in the conversation. Try to be receptive and open as much as you can. Be many open. And so by share first, now you open power. Chuck, sister share on. Oh man, oh my band will say, hey, be man what or bass and massipani. Bra share on. Oh man, who say, or bar what meaning nini dean come out say. Our say. Oh my brain who say, wouldn't or bar what me take or do any relationship I say. Nene ban saying. And then what would someone say, saying? How do you both relate? Mo couple seminal, akosi saying. Courtship seminal, akosi saying. Say now a real po, let's say a friendship. Mo friendship no, akosi saying. How do you relate each other now? It is fading, it's collapsing. Things are not working out because you're not able to be open and receptive. Try as much as you can as two people. Moving in or banning bearman. Only one down for bearman. Saja Busiana say you feel crana. Sanya warrior, Nanya dam for say your family. Try to be open. Try to be receptive to your partner, to your family member, to your friend. When you are having a conversation, try to be open and try to be receptive as a man. Jamema semono. Jaisa wonkwana o wasifie atoka awari oba amana betenem. Yes, ona oba obra ekose ne pe koye de ho ade e ware no. But how open are you when it comes to conversation? Obey pro krase bra me ni nkoma na akoya asem na akoya bro. Your woman is not able to talk to you. And the woman is brooding. And brooding will lead to avoidance. And avoidance can lead to collapse of the relationship. Why can't you be receptive? Why can't you be open when it comes to conversation? So 3 things. Try to really acknowledge, accept, and support your partner. In that way, you know how he or she feels. Second, try to set aside your position for a moment. Try to set aside your position for a moment. In that way, you will give the person the ear. You will listen to your partner and see if you can understand where he or she is coming from. And the third thing, when it comes to talking about mistakes in a relationship, please try to be open and receptive to your partner, to your friend, to your family member when there is a conversation. When the two of you are having a conversation, try to be open, try to be receptive. This is Meet Charles Show. I'll come your way with a different edition. Mesa about champion and no better about a relationship. How to talk about mistakes in a relationship was the topic for today. Machuromo, what is called brooding. Machuromo, what is called avoidance. Machuromo, what is called rumination. Machuromo, what is called reflection or co-reflection in a relationship. Yeni sano mo yeso. Ya fatu ya mwase, nipa. We will help mankind. Helping mankind is not always about money. But people need information. People need info. Some of these ideas, the concept. Some of people lack this notion when it comes to marriage or relationship or family matters. And to Meet Charles Show, Dana Daniel, we will come your way with some of these topics on Meet Charles Show. If you're on YouTube watching me now, do what mine say.
Dear viewer, kindly like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos.
So him on Facebook, just search for Final Voice TV -Meet Charles Show. It's a page. It's a page. You can follow my page and like the page. You can even help me review my page on Facebook. Help me review my page on Facebook. Final Voice TV Meet Charles Show. When you type into the search engine of Facebook, it will pop up. Kindly like the page and support my watch my videos. Excuse me. Like my videos and share my videos onto other platforms. But I was it, my crowd.